up, mate?
How you doing?
Doing well. How you doing?
Everything's very nice.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Finally out on the bike. I've been away for about a couple of weeks, which is why you haven't seen any uploads, and I've been hankering to get back out on the bike. So today I'm out with my buddy Isti on his road glide. I want to bring you a comparison of the Softail and the touring chassis. Maybe give you some tips on how to choose your first bike, maybe give you a breakdown between these two so you can find the right bike for you. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, hit subscribe, and let's jump on the bikes. Alright guys, so we're going up for a cruise to the Perth Hills, gonna get some shots of the bikes, compare the two. There we go, through the tunnels. I'm gonna get Isti to come next to me in the tunnel, get some shots of him here. So Isti's riding a 2018 Road Glide Standard, Vivid Black. He's got a stage 1, I think he's got Reinhardt slip-ons on there. He's got some of the parts all blacked out on the engine, including his rocker box covers and his push rods. The bike looks sweet. I really like the chrome accents that are still on there. Just a beautiful bike. The Road Glide is definitely my favorite touring bike in the touring lineup. Woo! And if you watch this channel, you know that I ride a 2019 Softail Sport Glide. I got a stage 2, we've got the S&S pipes and air cleaner, we've got the Redshift 468 cam, it's dyno tuned, Kraus risers and MX handlebars on there. And this bike is my everyday ride, my long distance ride. You know, I let this bike do everything. So what I thought today was we maybe compare the two, compare the Softail to the touring. I know a lot of people are always in between, you know, going something like the Sport Glide or the Heritage, or going up to a full bagger and something like the Road Glide or a Road King or a Street Glide. Now, obviously the chassis are very different. The suspension is very different, the weight's very different, and these are all things you got to consider. Obviously the different lines are designed to handle different types of terrain. Your Softail is more of a, you know, all-rounder, commuter, something that can do long distance, but it's nowhere near as comfortable as a touring bike. You know, the touring bike is made for long distance riding first and foremost. But again, it's not to say that they're just big, heavy, sluggish machines. They actually handle really nicely, and they can be really fun to ride too. So if you're in between, you know, either of these bikes, or you're in between the Softail or the touring bikes in general, stick around because we're gonna break them down. Yo, Isti, how tall are you?
183.
183.
6 foot.
6 foot. All right, cool. So Isti's 183 centimeters, or 6 foot, so the same height as me. And we'll get some shots of him on the bike. There we go. So he's got stock bar, stock seat right now. You can see it's a pretty neutral, classic riding position. His knees are about level with his hips. His elbows and his wrists are about the same level as well, so it's a very relaxed, classic riding position. Easily touch the floor at 6 foot. Lots of space on the Road Glide. So yeah, that's a guy who's looking comfy. Out on the highway, 100 kilometers an hour. This is where it pays to be on a touring bike with a full fairing. Now I'm feeling a lot of wind come up around the sides, but old Isti here is looking pretty comfortable. So if you're going to be riding mainly roads like this at a high speeds, then yeah, like you're not going to be able to beat a touring bike. And to be honest, the Road Glide is the best for handling wind, in my opinion, just because it's a frame mounted fairing, so the impact of the wind doesn't impact the handlebars. It just absorbs it onto the frame and down to the ground. So that's why you want to be on the road glide, but that guy's looking pretty comfortable like right now. And it's not to say that the Softail can't handle these speeds. You know, I've done, 8-hour days at high speeds on this bike, and it's been, really good. It's just not as good at handling the wind as the road glide is. The windshield helps, it keeps the wind off my head, but I still get a lot of wind hitting my chest, wrapping up around the sides of the tank. I do have cruise control though, so that is a lovely bonus that comes stock on the Sport Glide. And hey, it could be worse. Could be on a sport bike. Alrighty, now we're into the hills and we're gonna get some nice roads, and this is where it pays to be on a Softail. Don't get me wrong, that road glide handles really well and probably the best handling bike in the touring lineup, but you can't defeat lighter weight bikes and pair that with the monoshock suspension in the rear, inverted front forks, and this bike is just superior in these little twisties. Look at that, we're even catching the sport bikes. Alright, I'm just gonna pull in, maybe grab a few shots of the bike, and this is another area where it's nice to be on a Softail, is these slow, tight maneuvers. But as you can see, you can do it on a road glide, as long as you can touch the floor, you'll be fine. You alright, mate?
Yep.
Nice roads, huh?
I haven't been up this way before.
Yeah. Thought I would chat quickly about price. Now obviously Harleys are known to be a bit expensive, and something you need to know is that whichever you go for, whether it's the Softail or it's the touring line, that's not the final price you're going to be paying. You're going to want to customize these bikes, you're going to want to make them your own. It doesn't matter what Harley you buy. So obviously you guys know I've customized my Sport Glide. We've got bars, we've got stage 1 with S&S pipe and air cleaner. I've got the Redshift 468 cam for my stage 2, so the bike is hauling. Isti, same thing on his road glide. He's made it his own. We've got pipes, we've got air cleaner to make it a stage 1, and I know for sure that it's not the only thing that he's got planned. Isti, what else have you got planned, dude?
Well, I'd like to get some taller bars.
Yeah?
Just for the rider comfort and looks, definitely for the looks. More so it's not so sweeping back, but a little bit higher up and straight.
Yeah, because like those bars on the road glide, I'm gonna come around, like yeah, sure. They've got like a huge sweep on them, hey?
Yeah, they come right back. And on longer trips, for my height, it's a little bit taxing on the back. So if I was to lean a little bit more forward, I think it would be a bit more comfortable.
Alrighty, we're coming up to the top of the Perth Hills, heading to a spot called the Zigzag, and some beautiful sights up here. And check out this car. Thing's looking dope. Alrighty guys, we are up at the top of the Zigzag. It's been an awesome ride out with Isti on his road glide. So you can see in the distance, kind of here, that's, let's just focus on that. You can see kind of here, Perth City in the background. So we're right up in the hills overlooking, and it's been a pretty awesome day out. All right, we're gonna wrap things up here, guys. The sun's starting to set and we need to get back before it starts to get dark. Isti, it's been a pretty sweet day out riding the two bikes. You obviously bought the road glide. This is your first Harley Davidson.
It's my first.
Yeah, so you rode some Softails before. Who do you recommend the road glide to or the touring bikes to?
Well, honestly, you buy whatever you want to buy. I love the look of the Road Glide. Test rode a couple of Softails.
Yeah. You rode the Fat Boy.
I rode the Fat Boy.
Yeah.
And I've ridden a bunch of other Harleys,
Yeah,
older
yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
But I mean, you just
Yeah.
buy whatever. Yeah,
Buy the bike that makes you happy.
that's it. Exactly
That's right. Any of these bikes are capable of doing whatever you want. You commute on your Road Glide.
Yeah, I ride it daily to work.
Yeah, so you can ride a Road Glide in the city, you can ride a Sport Glide across country, you can ride any bike. Any bike is capable for any adventure you want to do. So, you know, as Adam Sandoval would say, shut up and buy the damn motorcycle. All right, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Ride safe. Peace.